Hey guys, we are going to be, this week you're supposed to be working on lesson 19 in your math book. Remember that what you're seeing on my screen right now is what we usually have up on the board. You have copies of that in your packet. And then in your workbook would be the green and white pages that we usually do. Now, we had started working on this in class and had almost gotten through with all of this. So you may have to do all the worksheets in the packet. It may not be in your workbook. So we're talking about understand estimating length. Now, remember we talked about estimating. When you estimate something, that I say that's an educated guess. It's a good guess. It's not just throwing anything out there. It's a good guess using the things that you already know. So this is, what does it mean to estimate? Sometimes you don't need an exact measurement. You can use the math that you know to make an estimate. And here's some items that you can use to make estimates. Remember we said about the width of your little finger, that's how wide it is, would be 1 centimeter. So if you hold up your little pinky and you see how wide it is, that's about 1 centimeter. An inch would be about the width of the widest part of a quarter. So if you lay a quarter down, that is about 1 inch. A foot is about a loaf of bread. A usual loaf of bread is about 1 foot. And remember how many inches are in a foot? 12. And then a meter or a yard. Remember, a meter stick is just a few inches longer than a yardstick. So about that would be the width of a door. A usual door is about the width of a meter or a yardstick. So it says think. Use what you know about units to estimate length. That's good guesses. So Ty wants to estimate the length of his toy car. And he thinks about 2 quarters would fit under his car. And you see they have a picture here. And they've lined it up pretty good, because if you were to draw down, they've got to the end of the car starts about the widest part. Now it goes a little past, but remember, it's the closest to that unit. We don't do exact inches, and we're estimating here. So it's about 2 quarters. It's about 2 quarters. Is the length of the toy car longer or shorter than the 2 quarters? And we would put it is shorter than the 2 quarters. What do you think is a good estimate for the length of Ty's car in inches? So if 1 quarter is about 1 inch, then 2 quarters would be about 2 inches. It's closer to 2 inches than it would be 1. So we would put 2 inches. All right, so let's look at the next page on 177. It says think. Use measurements that you already know to estimate length. Julia wants to estimate the length of her pencil box. And she knows that a marker is about 14 centimeters long. And Julia thinks about how a marker would look next to her pencil box. So she's saying that this marker is about 14 centimeters long. So remember that. And it's about right there to her pencil box. So now it says, which best describes the length of the pencil box? Mark all the correct answers. Is her pencil box less than 14 centimeters? That means it would be behind this line. No. Is her pencil box less than 28? We've got to think about, well, what would be 28? I'm going to use what I know about numbers. Doubles facts. I know that if I double 14, which is 14 plus 14, that gives me 28 centimeters. So is the pencil box less than 2 of those markers? Yes. Good guess. Is the pencil box more than 14 centimeters? That's 14 centimeters, guys, so yes. And is it more than 28? That would be 2 of those markers. That's not a whole marker long, so no. And then the bottom says to talk about it. Hannah estimates that Julia's pencil box is 30 centimeters long. Is this a good estimate? Explain why or why not. My video's ending, so we're going to go to part 2. You think about that.